Hello and welcome to Hackathon Labs. I'm Mr. Hackathon and I show you how to build digital solutions. In this video, I am going to show you how to integrate Chipp, one of the leading AI agent builders on the market today, with Zapier, one of the leading AI workflow builders on the market today. Let's take a look at what I'm going to show you how to build. We head over to the Chipp builder. What I have here is the builder interface, where I have an agent that sends emails directly from the Chipp chat. Now, it does this with the power of Zapier. What the chat is acting like is a front-end interface to get the information from the user, in this case you. And then what we do is all the really advanced automation is going on in Zapier. So we send the information to Zapier, and then Zapier is already connected to my Gmail. Then Zapier sends the relevant email to the end user via Gmail. Let's take a look at this in action. We're going to tell our Chipp agent that we want to send an email to Dominic about a looming deadline. What Chipp's doing here is using GPT 4.1 from OpenAI to intelligently get the information it needs to write a good email. From the previous conversation, it knows the recipient's email, and it's automatically creating a subject line to send this email. And you can see it creates the body information. Before sending it to Zapier, it's going to ask us, do we want to make any adjustments? And we don't want to make any adjustments. So I'm going to tell it, go ahead and send the information. We can see that it's using the tool that we have created for Zapier, which is a custom action. And it has sent the information to Zapier. If we head over to Zapier, we can test if Zapier received the information from Chipp. What we want to do is just hit Find New Records. And we can see Request D is our latest record. And we can see that it has pulled in the information sent from Chipp. What we're going to do is we selected the row and hit Test Run. We can see that the test is successful. And if we go over to our Gmail, we'll be able to see that email. Just like this. What we're going to do now is look at how we actually set that up. What we want to do is go to Chipp and create a new agent. And I'm just going to hit Create App. So we're going to create it from scratch. We're going to fill in the details such as the name and description. The next thing I'm going to do is customize the logo by scrolling all the way down and finding a logo. The next thing we're going to do is create the prompt. We can select and customize the model here. You can see we have lots of different models to choose from. We're going to go to prompt and we're going to use AI to create the perfect prompt for us. What we want to do here is describe how we want the agent to act. We have our prompt here for the AI to generate a prompt for our agent. We want it to draft and send emails from Chipp to Zapier. We want the information to be confirmed before sending to Zapier. And we said what information we actually need in that email. We can verify our prompt and see if there's anything we want to add or remove. Let's hit Add to Prompt. And now we have our prompt for our agent. The last step would be adding a custom action so our agent can send the information from Chipp to Zapier. Before doing that, we have to set up our Zap in Zapier. We're going to create a new Zap in Zapier, and the trigger is going to be a webhook because we want the information to be sent from Chipp to Zapier. So we're going to use webhooks. And the trigger event is going to be catch hook. And we can hit continue. We can hit continue again. And now we have the ability to test this webhook. So we're going to copy and we're going to head over to Chipp and start to develop our custom action. So under custom actions, you'll see add custom action. We can name this. We can add a description. When we scroll down, the method we want to use is post, and we want to paste our webhook from Zapier. We don't need any path parameters or query parameters, but we do need body parameters. So what we're going to do is change the source type from fixed value to let AI generate. We're going to call this 2. We're going to give it an example. And we're also going to say what this information is. So this information, this is the recipient's email. We're going to do similar things for the subject line and body. Now we're going to hit run test. That looks successful on Chipp's side. But we go to Zapier and hit test trigger. We can see that the information has come through to Zapier and that's working as intended. The next thing we want to do is go to action and we want to select Gmail or find and select Gmail. And we want to connect our Gmail to Zapier. So I already have the connection established. What we want to do, the action event we want to do, we can reply to an email, we can delete an email, but what we want to do is to send an email. And we're going to choose what email account we want to send it from. And we're going to hit continue. Now we have to configure it. What we can do here is we want to use the variables that Chipp is sending Zapier straight to the webhook. So we have our 2 right here. We can have a from name. Oh, let's just leave that blank. We can have a subject. We can have our body. And that is the bare minimum that we need. If we go to continue, we can test this step to see if this is working. So this has sent successfully. If we go to Gmail, we can see that this has sent successfully. And now we want to test this end to end. So we've got Zapier working and we've got Chipp. So we just put that over there, hit add action. So that action has added successfully. We can go ahead and say hello. It welcomes us with an email. If you would like to draft or send an email, please provide the recipient's address, the subject line, and the body of the message. But we know AI can generate this for us. So I'm going to tell the AI to generate the subject line and body for us and give it the email address. Chipp has created an email file. So we have a subject line, we have the body, and we're ready to send this. We can see here that it has sent the information to Zapier. If we go and verify this with Zapier, we go hit test run, we refresh, we can see more information has come through. We can find our information here. Perfect. If we go ahead and hit test run again, and this has gone through successfully. So if we go back and go to our inbox, we can see our email here, and our email has been sent. All we need to do to deploy this, if we go back to Chipp, you can hit share, and now we have the URL that this can be accessed to at. And what we will need to do for Zapier is we need to publish this Zap. So if I go back to edit Zap, I can now publish the Zap. And the webhook is a paid feature, so you would have to upgrade to Pro, but that is how you publish the Zap to make sure it's active automatically. So what we did here to test it, we always had to come back in here, test run, test run, test run. But if you're on a paid plan, all you had to do is publish this, and it's going to go through seamlessly. That concludes my video on how to integrate Chipp with Zapier using webhooks. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on social media or via email.